We go live pretty much every single day. We're hoping to put out as much content as we can. Kind of, put all the things that you're hearing about into context, someone that's actually in the trenches instead of someone that's on TV, they're a pundit and they're talking about things and they've no idea what they're talking about. So is it a good time to sell? Okay, we talked about 2 days ago on the buyer's resource. Is it a good time to buy? Landlords and the sellers, I put in one category because they're kind of the people that set the price, and then the other people that set the price, the other portion of the marketplace are the buyers and the renters. So we're going to be talking about the landlords and the sellers. Obviously, landlords, we manage about about 15 to 20 properties right now. But there's a lot of people that come to us for advice anyway, and we just kind of consult, but we don't rent it out. We just draw up the leases and renewals and things like that. And then if they want to sell, obviously we're there to sell it. So today we're very dialed in to the seller's marketplace for a multitude of reasons. We're the ones getting inquiries. We're the ones hosting open houses. We're the ones that are actually fielding the calls from agents, buyers. And there's actually two things. Before I actually get into that, there's two things I do want to talk about, which is, a lot of agents, they're frightened of street easy and everything like that. I'll talk about that in a totally different video. But we're getting a lot of people that are actually not direct buyers. They're just saying, save me the time. So they're actually going with an agent to the open houses, or they want some context to the pricing, especially now. Are they overpaying? Are they underpaying? They also don't want to do the board package. They don't want to be talking to the attorney, the management company, and all the people on, especially the listing agent who works for the seller. A lot of people don't understand that. I had a call. They were 22, 23 years old, and it was a couple. And it was amazing how intelligent they were. I was like, if this is the generation coming through, you guys are awesome. First, they started on Street Easy. They saw a bunch of opportunities that they wanted to place an offer on. And then they contacted someone that they knew. That person referred me because they're out on Long Island. They referred it to me. And now I'm working with them. And they already saw it. And they said, we want to move forward with this. We just want to make sure it's a good deal. We don't want to go through, the rigmarole of putting together our financials. We might have a guarantor and everything else. And I got involved, and they said something very interesting. They understood that the agent working for the owner did not work for them. Okay, that's a big thing to understand. They will say what they want within legal terms to get the deal done. Okay. Buyer's agents work for you. Their fiduciary responsibility was to you, okay? So we're gonna talk about pricing on the seller side, and then we're also gonna be talking about, is it a good time to list? So obviously it's July 26th right now. We're moving into August. It hasn't really been that hot, as in the temperature wise. Sometimes that actually affects the marketplace because people don't want to go to open houses. They stay indoors. They're in ACs. They go to the beach. They fly away to a colder environment, not Florida. But I'm actually going to San Diego soon, actually August 1st. So I'm going to be gone for a week. But I've told every seller, we have 3 sellers that we're talking to right now. Actually, it could be 4. Actually, it might be 5, that are all asking the exact same question. Should I sell? Should I put my home on the market? And the number one thing that I told them, I said, how much do you actually want to get the price that you want to get? Because we could put it on now, but a lot of the buyers, they're at the shore. They're out in Montauk. They're out in Hamptons. They're on vacation. So it's not like they're not spending money. They're just not roaming the streets looking for real estate. I don't think they're spooked by anything. I don't think they are, wary of the marketplace. They're literally spending money elsewhere. Their priority is not buying a home. So I tell the owners, I say, here's the 2 scenarios. We put it on right now. We put it on at the price you want. And if we don't get anything within 17 days, I've talked about that before, the 17-day rule, which is 2 open houses and then a couple of days. If you don't get any bites, then you have to lower the price. You have to make adjustments to the home. You have to do something. You have to market differently. It might even be the agent that you chose. There has to be something after 17 days because that's when all the people that have been looking for a while has seen your property. Those are the people that are entering the marketplace. They see your property within those 17 days. All right. If you don't need to sell by August, say 20th, I would wait until the week after Labor Day for a multitude of reasons. Number one is end of July and August is when the majority of people take their vacation. Labor Day, leading up to Labor Day, that's when it's kind of like right around Christmas, New Year's, and Thanksgiving. That's the worst time to put a home on the market because no one's around. You have between Thanksgiving and New Year, you have so many parties going in, you have so much money that's being spent, you have so many other things going on that your priority is not buying. So if you're a buyer, that is the time to buy. If you're a seller, that is not the time to list. And right now, to be honest, it's really not the best time to list. If you need to sell to buy, in other words, you found a property that you want to purchase. I just had a call with someone yesterday. She's out in Princeton, New Jersey. She's moving to New York. She does a 2-hour commute every single way. That's insane. That's insane. 2 hours every single. I almost pulled all my hair out after 40 minutes coming in from Long Island when I was younger. But anyway, she's like, I want to buy a place. I'm like, perfect. Okay, is this going to be a second home? This is going to be a primary residence? She just literally gave her biggest hurt, which is, I don't want to do 4 hours of commuting. I'm an active person. I do triathletes. I want to be in the thick of things. I'm like, perfect. Okay, let's look around. So the number one thing was, I have a place. I could either buy a place for a 50% of what I can afford, say studio and everything else, or I could sell my place in Princeton and buy something that I could really, really live into for a multitude of years. My kids are going to come and visit me and things like that. And I said, listen, to be honest, this is the difference. And I'm not saying, the difference between me and well, I should say the top 10% of the agents, maybe not even business-wise, but ethically and business and just referrals-wise, is that they're willing to tell you the truth. They're willing to tell you the truth. So I got off the call with her and I told her, this is your best advice. You rent for a year, you find out the area you really want, because she's never lived in New York City. She said, oh, I heard Hudson Yards is great. I'm like, yeah, Hudson Yards is great, but you're single. If you want to go out to a shop, a boutique restaurant, if you want to not be overcrowded by, say, tourists or traffic or things like that, kind of go a little bit further south. Okay, so I said rent for a year. If you're going to hold on to your property in Princeton, rent for a year, sell that thing either in the fall of this year or in the spring of next year, and then you can buy. Okay, that's when you have all of your money, because a purchase is not temporary. So the advice to her, yes, it's individual, it's per scenario, but she wants to obviously make she's been in New Jersey, she wants to plant a flag in New York City. The best advice that she left is, thank you, because I'm gonna sell before I buy, number one. Number two is, I'm gonna keep my home and rent, figure out the area, figure out the city, figure out where I wanna be, because she's still working. So each scenario is different, but if you're looking to just sell, you have to have the timing right on top of everything else that goes into it. Just because you put your home on the market doesn't mean that it's going to sell at the price you want. Just because your neighbors went at a certain price doesn't mean that yours is going to go at a certain price. You have a ton of just other things like renovation and views and size and layout and things like that. But I mean, even the timing, you have to time it correctly. You can only enter the marketplace once, because everything is public. Everything is on StreetEasy. Everything is on our internal RLS. RLS is the MLS. We have to be unique in New York City. So we could see that it was on the market. We could see that the price was reduced. We could see that it was on with 2 agents, or you tried to sell it on your own, then you hired an agent. And the number one question that people are going to be saying is, what's wrong with it? It was on before, it didn't sell, what's wrong with it? In this marketplace, it should sell. So if you haven't watched the market report that I produced, I think it was last week, but I mailed it out. It was actually a really good response, probably one of the best mailings that I ever had. And people came back and they said, I did not know this, and thank you, because the inventory level is up, the pricing kind of flattened out a little bit. But I don't blame it on the marketplace. The consumers are the ones that they're just not there. They're not in New York City. So if you need to sell, for a death, a divorce, a baby, a home business, or you need the money for medical reasons, whatever, there is the dire need to sell, you sell. Okay, you put it on, but you have to do it right. You have to get the photos, you have to get the right agent. You have to get the floor plan. You have to make sure that it's launched on Tuesday, with a newsletter on Wednesday, with a social media campaign on Thursday, sponsored on Friday on StreetEasy, and then you roll it out, you blast the area, you do a direct to voicemail, you do the mailing, you do the email. There's roughly a 58-point marketing plan that we do, and you have to do it right. So if you need to sell, sell. Otherwise, the consumers, the buyers, aren't really there, okay? Wait to the week after Labor Day. Yes, you're gonna have more competition, but you're gonna have more buyers. Competition as in more homes are gonna come on the market. 4 homes that we are gonna list are coming on the week after Labor Day, and I'm fine with that. You know, there's a lot of agents that are, put it on the market, put it on the market. No, you want the best price? You put it on when the consumers are ready to buy it. It's not during the winter, it's not during this time. Sometimes the summers are good. This summer, everyone's away. Everyone's enjoying life. Everyone's loving life, to be honest. And you put it on the week after Labor Day. The flip side, if you want to watch the other video that I did about buyers, you have your opportunity. You have your opportunity at a place without much competition. You're probably not going to get into a bidding war unless the price is below market. You're probably not going to go in and have competing bids if it's above. Definitely not if it's above market. You're going to go in. You don't have to be cash. You don't have to go non-contingent. And obviously, I'm saying this on a broad spectrum. There are places like one home we have in Harlem that went over the asking price. They went non-contingent. We have another place that is at the asking price with other offers, and we had our choice between who's financially qualified to get into the co-op, and we're going to be, hopefully, they actually have their board interview tonight. We're going to be closing hopefully next week, so long as everything goes well. So I hope this helps a little bit. You guys, you have to talk with someone before either entering the marketplace or putting your home on the market, entering the marketplace to buy or to put your home on the market, because if you don't, you either overpay as a buyer because you don't know that the opportunity is in your pocket and that the listing agent works for the other side, number one. And if you're a seller, just because your neighbor's was sold at a certain price doesn't mean yours is going to sell at a certain price. I know you've lived there and your home is better and your home is bigger and it's just amazing and so much more expensive than theirs, which I get all the time. You have to time it right. You have to market it right. You have to get the right agent in there. You have to literally, we'll talk about the 3 pricing strategies, okay? That's going to be in a totally different live, but I hope this helped. If this is your first time, obviously subscribe to the video and leave your comments below. Shoot me an email, charles@bpi.live. That's actually where our blog is we're producing so much content on that thing. We have a virtual assistant out in Europe that's putting those up, and then we have a copywriter that's writing something about it. And we're also going to be bringing on more contributors. We're going to be bringing on someone that loves food, and she kind of does all the restaurant reviews and things like that. We're bringing on someone that does a lot of travel, and we're just going to be producing tons of content for you guys because we notice that is the future. Someone that actually puts their name out there, that makes all all these numbers and all these reports, these conflicting reports and these conflicting agents and all these people that talk to all these other people and just dial it in. So if you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. Subscribe to the video. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And tomorrow we're probably actually going to be talking about for BPIU, which is for real estate agents. So have an awesome day. Enjoy your Thursday. Any questions, charles@bpi.live. All right, have an awesome Thursday. Talk to you.